Good morning. My name is Tony Gonzalez. I'm the judge of the Robstown Municipal Court. I want to thank y'all for being here this morning. We're just running a little bit behind schedule, but we have Mr. Isasi here and getting ready to go. Today's date is March 20th, 2024. The time is approximately 9:22 a.m. and we're on the record. I want y'all to know that everything that we're doing here today is being broadcast live on the court's YouTube channel, in addition to being recorded uh, here in the courtroom. We have quite a few people on today's docket, so I'm going to ask everyone to please be patient. I tell people the silver lining of being in this type of on this type of docket in Zoom is the fact that you're able to be in the comfort of your own home or at work or wherever you may be while you wait for your case to be called. Under normal circumstances, you would be sitting in my courtroom waiting your turn. And I think this is a whole lot better for a lot of you to be able to maybe multitask while you wait for your case to be called. But know this, you are in a courtroom when you are in this type of Zoom setting. So we ask that you abide by the rules as if you were in the courtroom. So we would ask that you please refrain from eating on camera. Everyone here is dressed properly, but I've had others that show up, in a bathrobe or not wearing a shirt, period. So just know that you are, for all intents and purposes, you are in a courtroom, okay? So the way this is going to work today, Mr. Isasi, the prosecutor representing the state, is present today. For those of you who wish to speak to him, you're going to have that opportunity to talk to him, to discuss your case, to try to come to some type of resolution. Now, if you do not want to discuss your case with the prosecutor and you have not filed any pretrial motions that you wish the court to consider today, if you let me know, I will mark that you did attend today's pretrial hearing, and I will let you go on your way. You will get a notice of your trial date, and we will go from there, okay? So in order to kind of speed things up, is there anyone uh, who knows that they don't want to speak to the prosecutor, they just want to have their day in court? Is there anyone here in that position right now? Okay, I don't see anybody raising their hand. Um, So I'm going to assume everybody here. Yes, sir. You can unmute your device and please let me know your name.
Marcus Sanders.
I'm sorry. What's your last name, sir?
Sanders.
Sanders. Okay, Mr. Sanders. Marcus Sanders. That's going to be in cause number 240100079. Mr. Sanders, you are indicating to the court today that you do not wish to speak to the prosecutor. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And are you also letting the court know that you do not have any pretrial motions at this time?
No, sir.
Okay, Mr. Sanders, then you will be getting your notice of your trial date via mail. If you've changed your address since your last notice, I ask that you please contact the court and let them know your new address, okay? You have any questions
Yes,
before
sir.
I let you go?
I am scheduled for a jury trial, correct?
Let me see. Let me ask my court administrator real quick. Crystal?
Yes, Judge, he is set for a jury trial.
Okay. All right, Mr. Sanders, we have you down.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. You're excused.
All right.
Okay. Is there anybody else? Okay, something else I want to let you know. At any point, if anyone wishes to go open to the court, that means that you no longer wish to enter a plea of not guilty, and you just want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest, and you want to go before the court. You have the ability to do that also. And if you find yourself in that position, if you let me know, I will entertain your plea. Okay. That being said, I'm going to go ahead and call the docket. In the meantime, I see one attorney in the courtroom. Ms. Leon, do we have any other lawyers in the courtroom?
I'm an attorney.
Okay, can I have your name, please, ma'am?
Rama Baradone,
Yeah, I'm gonna change your name on this. Spell your first name, please.
Rama. My last name is Bar-Adon. I'm the attorney for Juan Padilla.
Okay, BAR-DON.
Bar-Adon, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm sorry. Okay,
Can you shut that door?
all right. Uh,
There'll be no noise.
in the meantime, while I call the docket, Ms. Leon, I'm gonna go ahead and put you in a breakout room with Mr. Isasi, so we can kind of get going on this, and then I'll call the docket.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning.
Good morning.
Or multiple
And Ms.
who
Leon,
do this, you know,
what's
on
the
their
name of your client? Is it
work,
Silva,
and so they
Benito
know
Silva?
a lot more.
Your Honor.
That's correct, Your Honor.
Everybody there.
Benito Silva.
Okay,
For understanding is making when you're speaking and when you're asking
I
questions
ask
that
that
they're,
everyone,
you know, you're
please
asking
keep
them
your
in a way that
devices
they're
on
going to
mute, okay,
understand.
because we can
Sure.
hear you.
Really quick, these are just different levels of understanding, and so because everybody is different and everybody learns differently.
I'm getting a lot of
and so here you
noise
have
from,
different, like,
it
some
sounds like
people
somebody's
write, you
taking
know,
a CLE class or
really
something.
long
Okay, Mr.
sentences, and then
Isasi, go ahead and
That's
mute
all
your
I'm
device and we'll
hearing.
take care of that in just a minute.
you know that they're understanding what's happening because they are.
Mr. Haney, it's been brought to my attention that you're also an attorney, and Mr. Isasi will be with you shortly as well.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, let me go ahead and call the docket. Court calls cause number 2401000010, State of Texas versus Michaela Bowers. Michaela Bowers. Court calls cause number 2302000399 and 2308000082, Paul Flores. Mr. Flores,
Yes, sir.
you want to speak to the prosecutor, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, he'll be with you shortly. Thank you. Court calls cause number 2401000093, Sabrina Guyona.
Hello.
Good morning, Ms. Guyona. And you want to speak to the prosecutor as well, correct?
Yes.
Okay, let me go ahead and put your last name on here. Thank you, Ms. Guyona. He'll be with you shortly. Court calls cause number 2309000022 and 2401000176, Elizabeth Garcia. Elizabeth Garcia. Ms. Garcia, I see you in the Zoom.
Yes.
Do you wish to speak to the prosecutor?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Mhm.
Court calls cause number 2311000338 and 2311000339, Jordan Garcia Lewis. Jordan Garcia Lewis.
Yes, sir.
Let me see, Mr. Garcia Lewis, do you wish to speak to the prosecutor?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. He'll be with you shortly.
Thank you.
Court calls cause number 2402000150, State of Texas versus Gabriel Hassel. Gabriel Hassel. Gabriel Hassel. Crystal, looks like the law office of David Lopez is representing Mr. Hassel. Have we received any type of motion?
I believe he was trying to reach Mr. Isasi, so I think he might have talked to Mr. Isasi already prior.
Okay, okay, we'll make note of that. Thank you. And Crystal, the next one, Rodolfo Madrid, they sent in a motion?
They did send in a motion of continuance late yesterday.
Okay, all right, perfect. Court calls number 2311-000013, Reynola Martinez. Reynola Martinez.
Present, Lord.
Ms. Martinez,
Present, Your Honor.
do you wish to speak to the prosecutor?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. He'll be with you shortly. Court calls number 2008-00347 and 20112-004833, Juan Padilla. And I have it noted, Ms. Bardon, that you are here and you want to speak to the prosecutor, correct?
Thank you,
Thank
Your
you.
Honor.
Yes, ma'am. Court calls number 2302-001425 and 2309-000178. State of Texas versus Tristan Ramirez. Tristan Ramirez. Tristan Ramirez. Court calls number 1310C013 and 140906-081. Norma Recarte.
I'm here.
Good morning. You want to speak to the prosecutor?
No, I just want to get this over with.
Okay, so then if you do not want to speak to the prosecutor, you have no pretrial motions, Ms. Recarte, then we will send you a notice for your trial date, okay?
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you. That's
Court calls number 2308-000388. Jake Reese, my understanding he's out in the courtroom, in the lobby.
Right here, sir.
I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry, Mr. Reese.
Yes, sir.
Yes, do you wish to speak to the prosecutor?
Yes, sir.
All right, he'll be with you shortly. Thank you. Court calls number 2302-001741, Jared Reese. Jared Reese, Miss.
He's in the lobby,
He's in the
Judge.
lobby. Okay, that's what I got those mixed up. Sorry about that. Court calls number 2302-000894, Eloy Piloto. Mr. Haney, I haven't noted you're representing him. You want to speak to the prosecutor?
Yes, sir. But just to let the court know that I injured my knee about 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I'm having surgery on Monday. So, and I'd just like to try to reset it, but I would like to speak to the prosecutor before I do that.
Yes, no problem. We'll have you speak to Mr. Isasi here in just a few. Thank
Okay,
you.
thank
Court calls number 2402-000144, Myrna Salinas. Myrna Salinas.
Judge, Miss Salinas is going to be coming in person.
Okay. Mr. Sanders announced ready. 2308-000232 and 2311-000121, Francisco Tijerina. Francisco Tijerina. Francisco Tijerina. 2401-000253, Shubham Verma. Shubham Verma.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Do you wish to speak to the prosecutor, Mr. Verma?
No, Your Honor.
Are you announcing ready for trial?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Verma, we will send you notice. If you change your address since your last notice, it's important that you let the court know, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you so much.
And court calls number 2308-000384, 2308-000385, and 2311-000143, Ricardo Ramos. Ricardo Ramos. Ricardo Ramos. All right, is there anyone in the Zoom whose name I did not call? Okay.
Your
All right,
Honor,
Mr.
if I may, I apologize. I'm back from the breakout room and I just had an announcement for the court when the court is ready.
Yes, I'm ready for y'all's announcement.
We did discuss the case, Your Honor. I think if we set it for one more pretrial, that will resolve it. We're going to work on a couple things outside the presence of the court.
Okay. Crystal, let's go ahead and reset this for the next pretrial.
Yes, Judge.
And if there aren't any other matters, you are excused, Ms. Leon.
Your Honor, have a great day.
You too. Thank you. Okay, Mr. Isasi, I'm gonna go ahead and put you in a breakout room with Ms. Rama Bardan. Mr. Haney, you will be next. And just so the rest of the court knows, I always get the attorneys out to meet with the prosecutor because they have other dockets they have to tend to. And then I will take everybody else in order. So I ask that y'all please be patient. Your case will be called here shortly. If you want to get my attention, even though my video will be off, you just say judge and I'll come back on and I'll address whatever question you may have. Let's see, we have one person in the waiting room. Ms. Bowers, if you can unmute your device.
Yes.
Okay, Ms. Bowers, I guess you had logged off. I called your case, Ms. Bowers. Do you wish to speak to the prosecutor today?
Yes.
Okay. He will be with you shortly. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right. Once again, everyone else, I ask for you guys to be patient. If you want to get my attention, just say judge and I'll come back on and I'll address whatever issue you may have. Thank you. Mr. Isasi?
Yes, sir. On Mr. Padilla, Judge, after learning that the officer is no longer employed with the city, I'm gonna go ahead and prepare dismissal on that case. It's a 2020 case.
Okay. All right, do we have? Okay, I don't see the attorney in here. But, all right, Mr. Isasi, so noted. I'm gonna have you meet with Mr. Haney next. Ms. Bardon, Mr. Isasi announced that, he will be submitting a dismissal on this case. So as soon as he submits it, the court will sign off on it. If you want a copy of that, if you'll just get with the court clerks, give them about a day, they will get you a copy. Yes, ma'am. Thank you very much. Mr. Isasi?
Yes, sir. On Mr. Sines, on this case, Judge, I've discussed the case with the attorney, Mr. Haney, and he's requesting to be placed on a pretrial at least one more time, and hopefully we can he's gonna talk to his client about an offer, and hopefully we can resolve it at the next pretrial date.
Okay. Crystal, please set Mr. Haney up for our next pretrial, give an opportunity to speak to his client.
Yes,
Do you
Judge.
think, do you think that the date will be, when will the date be? Because I'm worried about if I'm still moving around from the surgery. I don't want to get too close and,
Why don't we set, if we set you 60 days out, Mr. Haney?
yes, that'd be great, Judge. I
Okay.
should be able to.
All right, then we'll give you 60 days.
Okay, Judge, thank you. May I be
Thank you. You're
excused?
excused.
Thank you.
Okay, Mr. Isasi, I'm going to put you in with Miss Bowers.
Okay.
Mr. Isasi.
Yes, sir. On Ms. Bowers, Your Honor,
Yes.
she pled on a couple of cases already, which and was placed on deferred. She's gonna be coming into the court this afternoon or as soon as we're done here and asking for an extension on that because she's made some efforts to pay that, but she still needs a little bit of ways to go on both of those. So what I'd like to do is reset the other three cases and see how she does. Hopefully she'll comply and be able to pay these off. And then we can proceed on her other three cases.
Okay. All right, Ms. Bowers, those will be reset and we'll see you here this afternoon.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Flores, I'm going to put you in a breakout room with Mr. Isasi.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, okay, right here.
He said even on the ticket,
Huh?
everything's normal on the ticket.
Anyway, that's what he said. Okay.
Mr. Isasi, do you have an announcement?
Yes, sir. On Mr. Paul Flores, we're just gonna keep that. He's requesting that that be kept on the non-jury docket.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Flores, you're excused.